Hello students. In this video we will study about calculation of number of atoms per unit cell. Let me repeat to you the categories of unit cells that we have already discussed in earlier video. Simple cubic unit cell, body centered, face centered and end centered unit cell. Now today we will discuss about calculation of number of atoms per unit cell. Before calculating the number of atoms per unit cell, we must know the contribution of one atom at a particular location. In unit cell, there are some locations on which atoms are present. That is, constituent particles, atoms, ions, molecules are present. They may be present at corner. They may be present at the center of the face. They may present at the center of the body. So, what is the contribution of one atom at the corner? It is 1 by 8. That is, one atom at the corner is shared by other 8 unit cells. So, at corner, contribution of one atom is 1 by 8. Contribution of one atom at the center of the face. One atom at the center of the face is shared by 2 unit cells. So its contribution is 1 by 2. And contribution of one atom at the body center is 1 because there is only one center of the body. So at the center of the body, atom wholly belongs to that particular unit cells. So let me repeat, contribution at the corner is 1 by 8 and contribution at the center of the face 1 by 2 and contribution at the body center is 1. So now calculate the number of atoms in primitive unit cell. Primitive unit cell, that is simple cubic unit cell. You know, this is simple cubic unit cell, type of unit cell, that is simple primitive. And we know that in simple cubic unit cell, atoms only present at the corners. Since the contribution of one atom at the corner is 1 by 8 and there are 8 corners, that means 8 atoms on 8 corners and the 1 by 8 is the contribution of one atom. So 8 into 1 by 8 equal to 1. So at corners there is 1 atom. At the body center no atom. At the center of the face no atom, nil. So total number of atoms per unit cell in primitive or simple cubic unit cell is only 1. This is about the calculation of number of atoms in the primitive unit cell. Now, next one is body centered unit cell. Body centered unit cell, that is BCC unit cell. You know, in BCC unit cell, there are 8 atoms at the 8 corners and also 1 atom at the body center. So, at corners, how many total atoms are there? 8 into 1 by 8 equal to 1. Since the contribution of one atom is 1 by 8. So, the contribution of 8 atoms, 8 into 1 by 8 equal to 1. And at the body center, contribution of one atom is 1. That is, it wholly belongs to that particular unit cell, 1. So 1 plus 1 equal to 2. So total number of atoms In BCC, body centered unit cell is 2. Now, this is about BCC. Now, in FCC, that is face centered unit cell, FCC. In FCC, there are atoms at all corners. There is no atom at the body center, and there are 6 atoms at the center of each face. So let me discuss here. Now, number of atoms at the corners, there are 8 atoms, and contribution of one atom is 1 by 8. So 8 into 1 by 8 equal to 1. At the center of the body, there is no atom, and at the center of the face, since there are 6 faces in a cube, so 6 into 1 by 2, because the contribution of one atom is 1 by 2, so contribution of 6 atoms is 6 into 1 by 2 equal to 3. So how many atoms? Total 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. So there are 4 atoms per unit cell in case of FCC. Now, end-centered unit cell. End-centered unit cell has 8 atoms at the 8 corners, and at the corner contribution of one atom is 1 by 8. So total contribution of 8 atoms is 8 into 1 by 8 equal to 1. At the center of the body there is no atom. And what about the face center? Since in end-centered unit cell there are atoms on the alternate faces. There are atoms on the center of the 2 opposite faces or alternate faces, and at the face contribution of one atom is 1 by 2. So contribution of 2 atoms is equal to 2 into 1 by 2 equal to 1. So total atoms in end centered is 1 plus 1 equal to 2. So total number of atoms in simple cubic unit cell is 1. Total number of atoms in BCC is 2. Total number of atoms in FCC, face center cubic unit cell, 4. Total number of atoms in end centered unit cell is 2. So this is the conclusion. In simple cubic unit cell, 1 atom per unit cell. In BCC, 2 atoms per unit cell. In FCC, 4 atoms per unit cell. And in ECC, that is end centered unit cell, there are 2 atoms per unit cell. So in the last, you may take screenshot of this page for further reference. So this is about the calculation of number of atoms per unit cell. First of all, you must have the idea of the contribution of one atom at the corner, at the face center, at the body center. Then you may proceed further, and you already know about the diagrams of the simple cubic and these unit cells. So this is simple cubic unit cell, this is BCC, this is FCC, this is end center. From these diagrams we can easily calculate the number of atoms. So thank you.